in Lexington, Kentucky. The conference opener in the SEC for both of these teams. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Alabama's offense will have the football first. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
And I think a big key in that last game is they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays, and then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him beat me.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Russell from the gun on third down. It's complete to the right. And he's not going to get the first down. Good stop there. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will now get its first chance with the football. C.J. Baxter, the former Texas Longhorn, he's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Runs through the tackle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. First down for this offense. They'll give it to him again. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these...
Shakes a man, and he might take off. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Fielded in the end zone, it's Rodgers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The give from the gun. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell. Gets open down the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is their senior defensive end, and they can ill afford to lose him for a long period of time. Holly Rowe will check in on his condition. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Hill. The Tide will get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Keelan Russell. Bringing the heat. stands in and takes the hit. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Pucks it out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, on that third down play, they're just trying to get it to him quickly to see if he can do something with it after they catch. But this is a defense that takes pride in their ability to tackle in the open field. That was a fantastic job of rallying to the ball carrier inbounds and getting him down, now setting up fourth.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
He'll pull it down and run. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Trying to escape and get it himself. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Well, you really can't afford to get that type of call down here when you're trying to punch in a score. Looking to the big tight end. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Rush is on him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He gets a block. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the connection.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Now on the return. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Makes the catch. It's Bauer. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. They send the tight end in motion. Pulls and fires complete. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Ready to go. Ready to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. And the Wildcats will line it up on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Hand off for Baxter.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he drops it right down the middle of the field, and he couldn't make the play. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Sends it back in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Firing to the right, complete. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Kentucky will be forced to punt. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. There he goes.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Might as well stick with him. There's some room. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Russell on play action. Gonna take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running inside. It's Hill. The Crimson Tide need just a few inches here on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Throwing Russell. It's complete on the right side. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now, this guy's versatility, and you've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Here comes the heat. And down he goes.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation, you cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Man, it looked like this offense was going to get in the end zone for sure. It was going to get a touchdown, but how about the defense bowing up, getting a sack, forcing an incompletion. Big 3rd down coming here.
Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Forced out of the pocket. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And that's how you bail your offense out, David. In a goal-to-go situation, you've been going backwards here a little bit, but you've got a quarterback that can take the game over with his legs. Great job scrambling for the touchdown.
I mean, it's uncanny. He's just got a knack, and it's so frustrating to play defenses against guys like this that just, I've got the right defense dialed up. I'm there to make a play for my team, but he's too good, and he makes the guy miss, and he takes it to the end zone. This guy is just an absolute headache.
Here's the pressure. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Great place to start for this offense. The run inside. It's Hill. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. 9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Hill. Might have a chance. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. You're dealing with a 2nd and long. Pulls it on the option. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
That's what's so great about these QB runs. They just chip away at the defense. And as this game goes on, these little QB runs, they're going to help keep 3rd downs manageable for this offense.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Extending the play. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And protecting their quarterback is job number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as many as you want to put it up. They got to make sure they take care of him so he can make those plays. Defense wins this rep. They win up front, get to the quarterback, and get the sack.
Kentucky sent out the punting unit. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes that Alabama offense. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on up. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he went for it all in the first play of the drive and come up empty.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beat.
He's lucky that was a linebacker, not great hands. It's incomplete. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Russell. Pocket breaking down. Breaks into the open. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. They go play action with Russell. Escapes the pressure going right. Got his man. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Dropping back, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama!
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Under fire. Working that left side now. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there. After the 9-yard completion, the playbook wide open on 2nd and 1. Caught behind the line. It's Bauer. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. To the air on 1st down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. Got a man. It's Anderson. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Under fire. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can stop the clock. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the 1st down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Wants to throw it again. Makes the grab on the left. Turning it on. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gilmore. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Now from inside the red zone. Got out of trouble and throws. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Absolutely perfect. And wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. Coming out with it, it's Patterson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Gets it to him on the screen. Tried to set up the screen, and the defense wasn't having it.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Fires on the move. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Hauls it in at the 40. And there he goes. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Russell on play action. Completes it in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. In the red area, it's Hill. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Couldn't quite hang on to that one, and this red zone defense came that close to forcing a turnover. Third down coming up. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. Off play action. Buys a little time with his feet. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And a big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure coming. He's going to run it. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Got the tight end outside. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Rodriguez. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down. They'll go to the counter. Maybe a crease. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. On this first and goal, let's see what Kentucky does. The touch pass goes absolutely nowhere, knocked down for a loss. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And they hope that false start penalty doesn't come back to haunt them. Second and goal again. Here's a give to C.J. Baxter. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
Play number 10 on this drive, and it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a crease. It's Hill. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. 3rd and 6 yards to go. Keelan Russell fires to the wideout. Had it right in his hands in the middle of the field, and it trickled to the ground. It'll be 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. On first down, it's Baxter again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Gilmore. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd down, here's Baxter. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this 4th down. They played it well. incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
If you like old school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Using the quick game, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Throwing Russell. Oh, they're after him, trying to buy time. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's fourth down.
Well, we know the defensive coordinator's been harping on his guys about this. Earlier in the game, this quarterback would...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Makes a grab and room to run. He's got enough for the first down, and he might get a few bonus yards if they called that a face mask. He was grabbing for anything he could get a hold of and wound up with a fistful of face mask, and it'll cost him 15. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the finding some room. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll run it. It's Hill. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal. Russell. Here's a heat. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown time. And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. That drive covered 57 yards for the touchdown. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown, Kentucky. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space. Great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Running inside, it's Hill. Oh, he's got some space. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Unloads to the wideout. The short hands, it's Rodgers. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They go play action with Russell. Bring in the heat. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Keelan Russell. Got his man on the right. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time. After getting nothing done on first down, second and goal from the 6. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. The 20. He's at the touchdown, Kentucky. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Offensive line, give me a crack, I'll do the rest. How about the Jets, the speed? He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And he tacked on the extra point. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the fourth. They'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Throwing Russell. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Beat down in bounds.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Let's see what he can do with the return. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Got enough for the first. He's loose down the left side. Past the 30. He's at the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. What a game he's had. Third touchdown of this one and 5 on the season. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's second. There's a crease. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Wildcats signal for a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Kentucky spends its second timeout here. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move, stopped for a short gain. That timeout taken by the Wildcats is their final one. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a third down and goal.
Third and goal for the offense. The give to the back. They rode their running back, but he could not make it. It'll be fourth down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They've finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. They get to him as he throws. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Bringing it back. Might as well finish with a little flair. The defense comes up with a turnover, and they can take a knee if they choose from here on out. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be